Ready?
Good to see you. Okay.
All okay.
Good. You had the opportunity this weekend to become the first Liverpool head coach in the Premier League era to win their first competitive game in charge. So how are you feeling ahead of your first Premier League game as the Liverpool head coach?
Excited, of course, but it has nothing to do with what you just said. But I think after a pre-season, it's always, for a player and also for a manager or a coach, it's always nice to start the season because this is where you've worked for in the last few weeks.
I know you've been asked about transfers quite a bit during this summer. But I have to ask you at the moment, I mean, the fact that Zubimendi ultimately decided to stay at Sociedad, how much of a disappointment is that for you, and how likely is it that you are going to answer your squad before the transfer window closes? I mean, we see the link obviously with Mamardashvili at Valencia now as well.
There are a lot of questions in one, but I said many times already that I think our squad is really strong, and it's not so easy to find players that can help us or can even strengthen the squad. And Zubimendi was one of them, to be fair, but he decided not to come, and then we go forward with the ones we have, and those ones have done really well in pre-season. So we're in a good place, and like I said many times before, on the background, Richard is trying to strengthen the squad as he can, but unfortunately Zubimendi decided not to come, and he did every effort, he tried everything to bring him in, but if a player doesn't want to come, it's obvious that he then is not coming.
In terms of that squad that you have, what do you see as the realistic aims, the realistic targets once again for Liverpool Football Club this season?
I think at this moment the whole team stayed together. We lost Joel Matip and Thiago, and Adrian as a goalkeeper, of course, but the rest of the team stayed together, and that's also a very positive thing. We're always talking here about transfers, but it's also a very positive thing that we kept our players, and they're in a good place at the moment. I said many times already, Jurgen left the team in a good place, and we're trying to build from there. And last season was also a season where they could win a trophy with this team, so we're hoping and aiming for the same, of course, this season, but it's not going to be easy because a lot of good and strong teams in the Premier League that also strengthen the squad, so but we're looking forward to the challenge.
And on the theme of keeping players, Trent, Mo, Virgil van Dijk, any developments as regards their contract situation, and how likely is it, do you feel, that they will commit beyond next summer?
I don't think this is the place to talk about contracts, but I can assure you that they are in the squad tomorrow. You're welcome.
Arne, when you're coming off a pre-season that's been so analysed, intently watched from the outside, how excited are you to get the first game underway that actually means something?
For me, the games in pre-season meant something as well, although you don't get points for it, but I think it's important to prepare the team for the Premier League. And now we are excited to start the season against a promoted team that did really, really well in the last few years under their manager. And it's interesting to see what's going to happen tomorrow.
How hard is it to prepare for a match against a team that have had a 22-year absence from the Premier League?
Not harder than if you had to prepare them for a team that was in the Premier League for 22 years, because we also saw their games from last season. We saw their games in pre-season, so I don't think that's more difficult than if they would have been in the Premier League for a long time. It is true that a newly promoted club, there's a lot of positivity around a club like this. So as people told me, every game in the Premier League is going to be an intense game, and there are no easy games, and that is something what we can expect tomorrow as well. A promoted team that only had a lot of positives in the recent years will come up against us. Really looking forward to it, but we are really looking forward to the game as well.
Arne, what excites you most about this big job ahead? You come to Liverpool after establishing a reputation in Holland, but one of the biggest clubs in the world, playing in the best league in the world. You've got the Champions League to look forward to, challenging hopefully on four fronts. What sort of excites you most about it all?
I don't think excites me the most is the right word, but as a manager, wherever you are, you try to do the same thing. You try to implement your playing style to the players. And fortunately for me, a lot of this playing style the players already knew because many things have stayed the same, and we try to adjust where we can to improve the team a bit. And this is where you're constantly working on, and that gives me and my staff a lot of energy because the players have a lot of energy and try to implement the things we want and try to keep the things the same like they were. So that gives energy to us as well, that the players really buy into it and want to make the best out of what we're trying to reach out to them. Is that present to them? That's maybe a better word.
And we've heard from a lot of the players pre-season saying how excited they've been by the slightly different ways that you're going about things. How far down the line is the first team squad at the moment to the adaptation process that you and your team are trying to bring in as to where you want them to be?
I think everywhere around the world in pre-season, everybody is really positive about everything. So, but it's a good thing that it's here as well. How far are we? I think I said many times already that we're not changing everything. Actually, we don't change that much because many things were really good. So then, where are we? I think it would be perfect if after 4 or 5 or 6 weeks of pre-season you're already close to perfection, which is very difficult to reach perfection. And some of them only have been in for 10 or 12 days. But like I said, many things have stayed the same, and the players have stayed the same as well. So we are ready for the game tomorrow. If you talk about where we in the end want to go to, there are still a lot of things to improve. But I think if I'm here for 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 years, I will still give you the same answer, that there are a lot of things to improve, because it's impossible for players to reach perfection. We're always aiming for this, but there are always ways to improve the team.
Thank you.
Hi, Arne. In terms of Trent, can you talk about where you see his best position and your plans for him?
I think a position for a player is always related to the team, and it's also my aim to bring the best out of the player. But the first aim is to bring the best out of the team, and it helps if you also bring the best out of a player. Then, so Trent is known for playing as a right fullback for all his life, I think. And when he was a youngster, he played at midfield. And in the modern game, you see a lot of fullbacks going into the midfield. And that is what he did last season once in a while. And I saw him playing in the Euros at the midfield. So I think he's capable of playing both positions really well, really good. And then it's up to me where I think he could help the team the most.
Hi, Anna. You are the only Premier League club who hasn't made a signing. And there is an argument that if you don't strengthen, then you are weaker than maybe you were before. How would you view that argument?
That argument I don't understand. If you don't strengthen the team, you become weaker. That's a bit weird, because normally you would either stay the same or... and I truly believe that the training ground, you can help players and the teams to improve. And that is also what happened here in the recent years, that the training ground really helped the team to improve. So maybe what you mean is if the clubs around you do strengthen the team, then maybe they become better. But it's not always true that if you bring in new players, the team becomes stronger, because I also believe in general that every player in the team needs to have perspective on playing time. And if you keep bringing players in, sometimes the energy in the group goes down as well. So, but like I said many times, we, and with me I mean Richard and me, are trying to strengthen the squad. And if we think we found someone, we try to bring him in. And then and then unfortunately the one we thought could help us said no. But we're thrilled. On the background, Richard is still trying to improve the team, but my main focus at the moment is fully on Ipswich.
Arne, there's been a lot of speculation about Luis Diaz this summer. Can you say what is the situation with him, and is he someone you're counting on for the season ahead?
When I walked in, I said it was a screen from Sky Sports. I said it's the whole day. It's about talking about football, so that there is a lot of speculation constantly in this country. That is clear for me. So it's not a surprise if I hear you saying that it's also from Luis Diaz. Is there any player where they don't talk about, or a few? Okay. His future is with us because I like a lot what I've seen in the last 10 days that he's in, and I saw the same last season. So he's had a big impact on the Liverpool seasons, and I'm hoping that he has a big impact in the upcoming season as well.
Have you got everyone fit for the weekend?
Yes, we have. Yeah.
Well, Arne, Darwin Núñez is coming into his third season as Liverpool player. He's had an up and down time. How do you get the best out of him? Because when he is on it, he's pretty unstoppable.
I thought you said first, but you said third.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought then we have made a signing, but your question was?
How do you get the best out of Darwin Núñez in his third season at the club?
Bring him as much as we can into scoring positions, but again, I think every individual benefits from team performance, and if we as a team can bring our attackers, not only him but also the other ones, as much as we can in dangerous positions, these players will score goals. That's also what we've seen in the preseason, where we even scored goals out of smaller chances. So it's up to us to bring him or Diogo or other attackers as much as we can into promising positions for them, and then he and like all the others will score their goals.